What's up, everybody? This is Smooth J Gaming here, and we're back with episode 2 of the Detroit Lions franchise rebuild. We got Washington Commanders in week 2. We're back at Ford Field for this one. Anyone who's ever checked out this stadium, it's a very, very nice stadium. Personally, I missed the Silver Dome. It was way dingier and way less nice, but the atmosphere was absolutely insane at the Silver Dome. When that place was packed, you seriously could not even hear yourself think on a big play. It definitely helped that we had maybe the most electrifying player in the history of the NFL, Barry Sanders. I promise you, every time he touched the ball, you really thought in your head that he might be able to score. But enough about the past. We're worried about the Lions' future here. We got Jared Goff coming out right here, taking on Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. I've decided I'm going to let Jared Goff get loose a little bit today. I'm going to let him throw the ball a little bit more. We're going to see if that ends up being a good idea or not in a few seconds.
Jared Goff of the Lions.
We do indeed. It's something I'm going to be watching for. Who can get off to a fast start? If you can go out and get points on the first drive.
It was in fact not a good idea to let Jared Goff throw the ball too much. Enjoy some of the worst quarterbacking in Madden you've ever seen coming up for you right here. Game started off all right, kicked a field goal to get the first points on the board, but it went downhill pretty damn fast after that. Not only an interception, but a pick six just to add some insult to injury. And it didn't stop there.
Off play action. Here's Goff. They're trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's given his guy in here, second and inches.
Close to the end of the first half, we got it 7-3. I was just happy this wasn't a touchdown, to be honest. You ever have a day in Madden where nothing goes your way? That was how my day was.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, you'll have to cut this in a tight angle. Sly able to put it.
Field goal's good, and we go into the locker room 10-3. Still in this game. Third quarter.
Touchdown Washington.
Easy touchdown to go up 17-3. And guess what? Jared Goff is back at it. Another interception. Thank goodness it wasn't a pick six that time. At least we made a tackle. Accurate throw right there. Jared Goff killing it this game. Yet another interception. Seriously, it seemed like every time I dropped back to throw the ball, it did not go well. Final 2 minutes. Just trying to get something going here. Jamison Williams finally makes a play for me. One small bright spot in this game. In the red zone. Hit Jamison for a touchdown. He's keeping up with his touchdown a game so far. We're trying to get his stats up as much as possible. So when we get a real quarterback next year, I can use him. And here we go with some beautiful tackling again. Look at that. I went for the strip. Something went my way in this game, but it was too little, too late. And don't forget, that's second defensive touchdown from this man in as many weeks. So he's on Defensive Player of the Year watch, even though this game was horrible. Next game was against Minnesota. And guess what? More of the same. I'm just going to hit you with the lowlights of these games because it's not fair to you guys as viewers to watch me play like absolute crap for 30 minutes. So this next game, division rival. You never want to give up games to teams in your division, but you're going to see in just a minute how horrible this game went. Jared Goff was balling against Washington compared to how he played against the Minnesota Vikings. Hopefully you guys are buckled in and ready to watch literally the worst quarterbacking that I've ever done in Madden, maybe in my life.
It is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings.
There he is, Kirk, the legend.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon
Pulled off
Gardner, and
absolute
Charles,
bank
you
robberies
got
on
your
Washington
quarterbacks in
and
this one.
Minnesota.
I'd say it's a study in contrast.
And then the real bank robber, Jared Goff. I don't know how he got that max contract.
Jared Goff of the
Just like Ryan
Lions,
Clark said, he
Kirk
backed up the
Cousins
Brinks
of
truck
the
on the
Vikings.
Rams.
And you are on point about that because you
This game, this is the first snap of the game. Not even Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen. I don't even know who this is. Whenever a game starts like this, you know you're in for some BS.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings get the upper hand.
Could have been a pick.
On the board first here
Absolutely
this
horrible
afternoon.
tackling. And then he peeled off on the entire secondary. Here's the next play. This is their second play on offense.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He's got
How do you blitz everybody and there's a truck-size hole when they're on their own 5-yard line? You know they're running it. My linebackers are absolutely horrible in this game. That's going to be a huge focus in the offseason. Hey, remember Patrick Peterson? There he goes. Nice tackle by Goff. I'm going to break the record for pick sixes in a season, I think, if I keep trying to throw it all the time with Jared Goff. But wait. Absolutely bailed out by this pass interference call, giving the second hope. Could have been another pick six right there. And then I have to settle for a field goal. But the football gods are smiling on me. Yet another penalty saving me. Roughing the kicker, the most boneheaded penalty that you can pretty much make in football. And then 4th and goal, I decide to go for it because why not? St. Brown for the touchdown. Here we go. Aiden Hutchinson got some nice pressure. There we go. This man is balling out of control in this season so far. Lots of picks, 2 defensive touchdowns, and we're only in the 3rd game. Somehow, after 2 plays of offense and 2 touchdowns, I'm in this game.
That's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted,
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Go second quarter. And Jared Goff is back to work. At least there was no return on that interception. My receivers are getting good at tackling by this point.
this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Looking here for Smith downfield. That's caught.
Great coverage.
Was that good?
Ended up just being a field goal, though. I held him in the red zone.
Equally good.
17-7 leading into the half. I got a little bit of time here.
And tonight, the Niners and
That one, I don't even know what happened. That looked open to me.
picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
But hey,
Third and long.
have a great time, Minnesota Vikings. I think they've caught more balls than any of my receivers have so far.
Going for it all.
And look at this throw and catch.
His man, it's taken in.
Nice touchdown grab, second of the game for that guy. Here goes Goff going back to work.
Capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half score.
Give Harrison Smith a pick too. We're letting all the Minnesota Vikings eat on defense for today. Could have been a late hit call there as well. 24-7 going into the 3rd.
Fake, and it's gone.
There we go. Jamison Williams makes his token 1 good play every game. This time a touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
He's still having a decent rookie season despite all this crap going on around him. Missed the sack right there. Ended up getting them again. And Aiden Hutchinson picked up the fumble. A rare good play on defense in this game. 4th quarter now. 4th and 3. Horrible throw, horrible catch.
They run the counter.
There we go. Dalvin Cook. I don't know what I'm going to do about this defense. The holes that they are running through are massive every time.
But you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Another one from Eric Kendricks where I felt like Hawkinson had good position. Horrible game. We're going to have to throw that one in the trash and just let Minnesota know. We'll see you in Detroit soon. And who do I blame? Jared Goff, of course. Who else would I blame? We're going to take a look at some of the college players. I've already showed you a few that I've been thinking about drafting. We're going to take a look at a few more potential draft picks here. Starting off with apparently the #1 prospect, Bijan Robinson from Texas. If anyone's seen him play, he's an absolute monster. Super quick, really good elusiveness, and check out this stiff arm. You don't find a lot of running backs that can do all this in one person. Just stuffs him into the turf. He's got a crazy mix of power and speed and elusiveness, and not to mention some great vision as well. How many running backs are going to find that hole on the inside zone? I would worry about having to draft him too high, though he's going to be a top pick. You've seen Saquon Barkley, Reggie Bush, sometimes Trent Richardson. Sometimes it's a big risk taking a running back so early. Next, we got Will Anderson from Alabama, outside linebacker. This is a player you can just see he wants it more than everyone else on the field. He's just an absolute dog. He probably could have been the first pick if he came out of the draft this year. He's a little undersized, but he plays with such a high motor that it doesn't even seem to matter. Check out how he busts up this read option here. He's an absolute machine. And the last person that we're going to check out today, Brian Bresee from Clemson. I remember checking him out in high school. He had one of the funniest high school highlight tapes I've ever seen. Just absolutely ragdolling everyone in his sight. This quarterback will never be the same after that. And here's a nice play he made at Clemson. He's been injured quite a bit throughout his career. His draft status is more based on what he could be with his crazy measurables than what he's shown so far at Clemson. So now you have seen quite a few of the prospects. Every episode, I'll try to show you maybe 1 or 2 more prospects so that you know all the different people the Lions may be drafting. Week 3, we're still at home playing Seattle this time. Seattle without Russell Wilson. And I'm going to fill you in. Another horrible game. I'm not going to show you the entire game again because I don't want to put you guys through all that pain. Basically, all the games that I played in Madden today were given some heavy 2008 Lions vibes. The 0-16 year. I'm talking like Dan Orlovsky running himself out of the back of the end zone on a bootleg, giving up a safety for no reason. I'm talking being 0-16 with no real chance of winning a game, even with a young Calvin Johnson on the roster. It was one of those kind of days, reminding me of the darkest of the dark days of the Lions. If there's one thing that Lions fans are used to, it's disappointment and losing. Some of you other NFL fans, you maybe had your teams be good for a time, be bad for a time. It's kind of like that Bane quote. You guys have adapted to deal with your team losing. I was born into it. It's nothing to me to watch my team lose. But that's why we brought in the big dog, Dan Campbell. That's why we traded Matthew Stafford to get those first-round picks. We got to deal with Jared Goff for just a little bit more, and then we're about to strap a rocket ship to this Lions team and go from the Arctic all the way to the Caribbean, just like Dan Campbell said. By the way, I'm loving his random analogies that kind of make sense, kind of don't make sense, but he says it with such conviction that you want to run through a brick wall when you hear him talk. I think he's awesome for Detroit. It's been so many years of our team just playing with not enough passion, not enough heart. Last year, when we played the Packers at the end of the year, pulling off trick plays and playing like it was the Super Bowl, I love to see that. Once our roster improves, I think that mindset is going to make a huge difference on our team. I'm hoping that Dan Campbell's style lasts. I know a lot of coaches that have that raw style, like Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh. They end up coming off a little bit dorky and corny after a couple years of dealing with that every day. But so far, it looks like everyone is 100% bought into DC and Detroit, so let's hope for the best. What's not the best is how this game went, so let's take a look at how Jared Goff and the defense played. Another 18-wheeler size hole to run through and piss poor tackling, and another long touchdown. We're making every running back go crazy against us. Another interception. That one was weird. It looked okay on the release, and then the corner made a good play there. There you go. Make one good read, and he ends up getting blasted and fumbles. Not only does he fumble, but this guy picks it up and runs down the whole field against us. 14-0 in the second quarter. About 1 minute left, trying to get some points. And look, DeAndre Swift, not even a receiver. He's had enough of these receivers not making plays. He said, line me up outside, I'll do it my damn self. Swift is actually having a decent year so far. Couple seconds, just trying to get some extra points. And yet another interception. All we have to do is keep him out of the end zone, and the pick doesn't really matter. And of course, we can't do that. Horrible. Wide open. Miss. 24-10 now in the fourth quarter. Here we go. If someone can help me out with this, I'd be greatly appreciated. I don't know how to stop the defensive line from getting absolutely destroyed every single game. I'm telling you, this feels like 2008 all over again. But we got to win in week 1, so it can't be that bad. St. Brown with a nice touchdown there. We're going to check in with our quarterback. If this was real, I think Dan Campbell would lock the door behind him, and only him or Jared Goff would be coming out of this locker room alive after that performance. If we keep this up, we're going to have our fans looking like this in the stands. A nice throwback to some good old Lions memories here. We really are in a unique club. There's not many fan bases that will put a paper bag over their head at the games. I've seen the Saints do it. I don't even know who else has done it in the past. But we have a plan. We're not going to stay at the bottom like this. These were the 3 worst games of the year. Only way to go is up. And we're going to bring in Mr. Cam Newton to come in and back up Jared Goff. And if he plays one more bad game, we're throwing in Super Cam. I know Cam Newton is not the MVP version of himself, but with some extra speed, I can use him on some bootlegs and some read options and get the ball moving. And frankly, I'm just tired of Jared Goff. I've had enough. In real life and in this game, he gets one more chance. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe to Smooth J Gaming, and I'll see you around later.